Whoa. Welcome back to the Magical Friendships Podcast.
Yeah, that was quite the intro. I don't even need to put music at the beginning of this one.
You put music?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was like,
but it's funny that I said it because you made music.
Yeah. I am co-host number 1, Dustin, the Magic Agent.
I am co-host number 0, before number 1.
Yeah, you are lesser than.
Oh, that didn't work out as I planned it. And we also have Caleb. Say hi, Caleb.
Hello.
Hey. And that was it for Caleb.
Yeah, he's gone.
Glad he's around.
Yeah. Oh, man. Devin, today we are talking about something that has clear, defined yes or no answers.
Oh, since when?
And that is fun. Devin,
fun can be defined
are
by yes
pre-cons fun?
Okay. Like just in general, why don't you define exactly what our question is here for our viewers, not for me because I know the answer.
So for the viewers who have never played Magic before, we're playing
said viewers, but I should have said listeners, I guess.
Yeah, we're playing the Commander format.
No, I'm not that, you idiot.
Okay.
Quantify what is fun. What are we? Are precons fun? Is it what makes a precon fun?
So, pre-constructed decks put out by Wizards are something that most new players are going to get access to.
Absolutely.
And a lot of experienced players pick them up just so that they have them. Whether it's for singles in the deck or to keep the deck together.
Yeah.
The question today is, do you enjoy playing precons or playing against precons?
Yeah. Let's kick into it. Where should we start with this? Where do you want to start with this?
Do you keep any pre-constructed decks?
Like over a long period of time?
Yeah.
I will say, I recently, the last precon that I purchased was the Final Fantasy precons. I got all 4 of them. I got them all at once. And I had them together for about 2 months.
Yeah.
And I played with a pod of them, like all 4 of us playing precons from Final Fantasy. And then I also played them separately against other decks on my own. And I do not keep them together for a super long time. I think just long enough to play them a couple times is pretty average for me. How about you?
When I was newer, I definitely kept pre-constructed decks together because it was kind of an easy matchup. Hey, you have a precon, I have a precon.
It's also like a good rule 0 if someone else sits down with a precon. It's cool to have one on hand to be able to play against them.
Yeah. But
because how many times have you come across like a table where someone's new and they're like, "Hey, I just got into Magic. I'm trying out this new precon I got." And you're like, "Oh, well, I can't pull out fucking Dragon. I got to play something lower power so that I can."
Well, here's the thing. Back in the day, that was true, but the elementals and -1/-1 counters precons from Lorewind,
pretty strong,
are cracked.
Yeah, they're very strong.
Can I tell you about something that I did today before you guys got here with the cards?
If it involves you in the bathroom, no.
No, I was just outside the bathroom.
All right.
But I was playing the anti-Ul precon, and I've changed maybe 7 cards out of it. So almost everything in the deck was stock.
Sure.
And we were kind of like late game. I had done some ramping.
We're thinking like turn 5, 6, 7?
7, 8, you know.
Yeah, okay.
I'd done some ramping, had some treasure. I had I want to say 14, 15 mana on the board, right?
Okay.
So there were 21 creatures out. And I had
you had 21 or just like a
just
whole board?
Across the whole board. So I took a picture. Let me... Oh, my phone.
Hold on a minute. You took a picture of this? It must have been spectacular.
Here's the thing. Man, my phone died. Now I don't have the picture of the cards.
It's okay. Just tell me what happened.
I was playing the enchantment that says all damage is dealt as though it's Wither, right?
Okay, sure.
And then the something flourishing from that precon that says whenever a -1/-1 counter is put on a creature, I get a 1/1 green elf. And then,
I know what you're talking about.
I played a sorcery that says deal X damage to each creature, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield.
Okay.
So that's where the 21 comes in.
Yeah,
right?
so everything dies.
Everything dies, but here's the thing. Anti-Ul sees those, and it is it's 1 or more for her.
Okay.
So you put out 21 counters, and she only gives 1 damage per creature. But because I have that enchantment out that says -1/-1, get an elf.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting 21 times 21 elves. And
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It turns out.
Yeah. I wiped the board, and now I have like 400 something elves.
Yeah. It turns out
And that is...
that 441 elves are good.
Yeah. And every card that I talked about there was stock pre-con.
Yeah, none of that is added deck.
I'm sure for people listening that was infuriating because I said no card names. I just give brief
You said
descriptions.
Flourishing Defenses. I think that's one
it,
of them.
yeah. Flourishing
And then
Defenses.
Anti-Ul is the Precon Commander, if you're not familiar. And then everything is dealt. All damage is dealt as though it had Wither.
Yeah.
Is a card, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, but
So it's like a 3-card combo, and then the finisher. That's the one we should probably know the name of. What's
it was a
deal X
4-drop
damage
red.
to-
4-drop red sorcery. Deal
It's
X
chain
damage.
reaction.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. But that's all precon.
Yeah, chain reaction is a good card.
Yeah,
Honestly, if you had Blasphemous Act in hand,
I know.
that would have been hilarious.
But that's what I'm saying
But it's
is
the
like,
same deal.
should that be in a precon? Because part of the aspect of precons is some people expect them to be new player friendly. And
they are.
new players want to do cool stuff, but if you're sitting down in a pod of brand new players and you have an infinite combo, which that deck also has, you can just make 400 elves. Like, the Elementals deck is not much better because it goes insane with explosiveness.
I think there's some merit to saying, okay, if I put a bracket 3 or bracket 4 built deck by myself in front of a new player, they're not going to know all the lines that I know that I set up in the deck, but just having the capability to play with those more powerful cards will give them the opportunity to experience all the things they can do.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what even the powerful precons are trying to do.
Yes, but there's a difference between, like, let's go back in time to the Eminence commanders, right?
We don't have to go that far back.
Well, let's just look at
just threw open my mouth a little bit.
what used to be powerful. The Ur-Dragon.
Hold on a minute. Used to be. Eminence is still fucking powerful.
Yes, and the precons are not... I don't know that they're all top shelf anymore. They're very good.
Oh, you're talking about the ones those precons.
If any decks that I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about out of the box.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fresh.
My bad.
So...
I don't know if Ur-Dragon's precon is all that anymore, but
Yeah.
I know that he is still a good, and Edgar is still a great commander.
Yeah, they're still great cards, but there's a difference in the complexity and power level.
Yeah.
And those, I don't remember how long ago they came out, but when they came out, they were the shit. Like, it was like, whoa, Wizards is cooking with these.
Yeah.
Now...
Well, they're doing the same thing now with Ashling and Anti-Ul. It's like now they're cooking, right?
Yeah, but it's almost in a different way. Like Vampires was a really straightforward deck. You play vampires. Dragons, you play dragons. Cats, you play cats. I think the most complicated one was Kess, Dissonant Mage. Is she? Or no, it's Ayara. Who is the Grixis commander? It's something about wizards.
I'm unfamiliar.
Anyway, the wizard one was like the most complicated out of the 4. But I really... this comes from watching the professor's videos. Shout out the professor.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome, man.
He's a small-time creator, and just want to give him some...
That dude's
we just
pretty
want to
big.
give him some spotlight, We've got so many fans that are definitely
Oh, I see
listening
what's
to
happening
this.
here. I was missing that.
I know.
That was going right over my head. Yeah,
No.
small-time creator, the professor.
The professor,
Tulare Community College.
if you somehow have found this podcast but have not found the professor, go subscribe to Tulare Community College on YouTube.
And then come back.
Yeah, you really don't have to though. I mean, you watch his stuff.
But somehow missed the fucking skyscraper of a creator. It
Yeah.
came down to visit us at our little shop.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a little detour?
Yeah. So anyway, he puts out like these videos that are analyzing the pre-constructed decks that Wizards has put out over the years. And one thing that he does that I like is he doesn't just focus on Commander. He talks about challenger decks, event decks, intro decks, all the 60 card decks that have come out over the years. And there's this discussion on what is a good product.
Yeah.
And there are a couple times where Wizards is putting out decks where maybe you don't win the F&M, but you can take these decks out of the box and like compete.
Yeah.
You can hang, and it's not going to be the best. You still want to upgrade it. But there are also decks that come out that are just straight garbage.
Yeah.
Do not play them. The welcome decks right now that they have out, straight garbage. Do not buy them.
Yeah.
They're worth like less than $10, and they're like $25 a piece or something.
That's crazy.
It's terrible.
Do they even give you any cards in the welcome decks that you wouldn't find anywhere else?
No.
There's no like promo, nothing? That's
not as far as I'm aware. And the cards that they have in there are just either bulk or $1, and it's just not worth it. But
yeah, it sounds bad.
I would rather have Wizards putting out good, strong decks than garbage.
Yeah, I agree. Even if it costs a little bit more.
I mean, it doesn't have to, though.
I guess it doesn't have to.
It's the same exact price.
Here's the thing, though. If it doesn't cost that little bit more, scalpers will just eat the welcome decks up, and then there will be no... Like, the only reason those welcome decks are up there is because they're not worth anything. If they were worth something, people would be buying them and taking them apart and putting the cards in other decks, right? That's what happens with all the precons. Since we're talking about precons.
Yes, and the precons are usually printed in such volume that even if the scalpers try and take every wave, like Final Fantasy...
I disagree. Final Fantasy precons, not Titus, fucking Y'shtola and Cloud were eaten alive every time they were seen.
Yes,
those things,
and Caleb is holding up Y'shtola and Cloud.
Yeah, those two were the premier ones, and people fought over them. Like, you would see a rack at, like, fucking Costco of all the commanders, and those would be missing every time. You go up there right now, we don't have any lower one commanders. Like, those are getting eaten up. And my point is, when they have four... like Final Fantasy did. They usually have one or two that are hits, and they're gone immediately no matter how many is printed. And then the others will sit on the rack for a while.
So, yes, in the short term, that's correct.
Yeah.
However, you can get a Cloud deck for MSRP now. You can get Y'shtola for MSRP. I got Y'shtola for $45. I waited until the prices came down. Because when it comes to a set that's being produced, like the Warhammer decks,
I mean, are they still printing?
Yeah,
they're still putting out. Yeah, like the Final Fantasy commanders.
Yeah, dude, they're making a dime on them.
Okay, you know what? I stand corrected. If that's true, then more. I'm glad that I agree. They should put out better welcome decks, and then who cares if they're scalped at the beginning if they're still going to print them?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like. You're right. If you wanted to play with those
Caleb is declaring to the contrary to this.
Umalek Precon from Modern Horizons is still $100 no matter where you try to find it.
Here's what I was getting into though. There are different product types. Modern Horizons, the Warhammer decks, any decks that are put out basically like as a independent release, not tied to a standard set. Lorwyn is going to be printed the whole time that they're in standard, even though the Commander product isn't standard.
But so with that,
Final Fantasy as well, like
with that ideology or whatever, that method, then wouldn't there be some like what's in standard right now? If you go back like a year or two on standard sets and look at precons from like Murders or I don't know,
Edge of Eternity wasn't that long ago, but
like those, you can't get those.
Oh yeah, you can, dude. Maybe it's because
I'm gonna need my fact checking.
Go to Comics the Gathering in Lakewood. They have tons of them.
Precons that are from sets that are currently in standard.
Yeah, they have Murders at Karlov Manor.
Ideally inaccessible or high value ones.
They have Duskmorn. I don't run a store, so I don't know the logistics, but like there are stores that have tons and there are stores that have none.
Yeah.
Paradox sells at MSRP as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, they are.
So that probably plays into it. Like you guys have a better price on a lot of them. Now, you know, and I'm using specific store names because we're talking locally.
Yeah.
But if there's a store that either sells above MSRP or just, you know, isn't as well known, they have that product still. Ulalek, you know, he's $100, but if you look up that deck list, it's only worth like $60. It's not worth the price that people are charging, and I've passed on that deck a bunch of times. Build that deck from singles, by the way, if you're like wanting to do that.
Build from singles.
But like the pre-constructed product, as far as like price point goes, it's going to depend on supply and demand.
Of course, as all things do.
But we can expect that the MSRP, now that it's back, is going to be around $50. And if you can't find it at that price, like if it's something in standard, wait or go to a different store that might have different product. Like, you know, you don't need to pay $100 for the Cloud deck because you can get it at MSRP now. And yeah, you might have to wait a few months, and I don't know if that's fair, but it's the world we live in with scalpers.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I fucking hate
scalpers. We've talked a lot about like the logistics of the deck.
Let's get back into
like how do
fun.
they play?
Yeah. We talked about how it's nice to. We talked about keeping them together, and it seems that we both keep them together for a short while and then take them apart.
Or upgrade them over time.
Or upgrade them. Yeah. Now, do you have any cards in your, do you have any decks in your collection started as a precon with the commander that you still have together?
So, yes and no.
Because I'll just start out the gate that I do not. I do not have any precons that started as a precon, I upgraded it, and I still have. I've taken those apart.
So, yes and no. Like, I had the... who's the Rhino? Is it Girid, the Rhino populate commander? Again.
Oh, yeah. I definitely remember that commander, but...
Yeah, sorry, listeners. I don't know any cards and my phone is dead. I just know what they do. I don't remember what their names are. But anyway, this guy created Rhinos and populate, and out of that deck was Marisi, Breaker of the Coil. I played several versions of that deck and kept Marisi in it. And then I was like, wait, Marisi's actually the cooler commander. And so I put him at the front of that deck. And then I started to change the deck to fit Marisi. And now it's a totally different deck. There might be one card from the precon in there still. But like, I would not call that deck a precon in any way. But it did come from that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just scrolling through several of the commanders here. I think I've seen a lot of people. So what I have seen a lot of people do is they'll swap to the quote unquote sub commander of the precon, and then they'll build around that. Mm-hmm. But I don't see, unless they're just trying out like that deck in its whole, I usually don't see people running a precon commander past just upgrading the precon. I don't see them like changing the deck drastically or using that commander. I think there's something to be said for just like overplayed. Like when a precon comes out and there's a bunch of people playing that precon, oftentimes people will have played against it or played with it enough times that they don't want to, continue to build that commander anymore.
I think that's fairly subjective in that if a commander is doing something unique, whether it's the face commander or a sub commander, they're going to have decks. So Taval, Arbiter of, it's not Arbiter, the balance scale. Taval the balance scale is a Sultai face commander from the Dragons Arisen Precon, right?
Yeah.
He's like number 8 in Sultai or something like
really?
that. He's a
Popular.
super popular commander. And then you have like Hearthhall, the World Seed.
Yeah.
He's a really popular commander in Jund, and it's because they're doing unique things. Yes, some people might get tired of them, or you have people like me where I don't really enjoy playing commanders that I see other people playing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah,
the most reason I take those apart is because I don't want to play the commander that like everybody knows. I want to be doing jank shit. I want to be doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, but if the deck is fun and that commander is unique, because they do tend to take liberties with the commanders of precons and say like, we're going to open up an archetype, or we're going to do something that we've never done. Then I think it'll see play. And, there's a lot of really interesting things, like the Kadena deck from a while ago that was all about morph and like flipping things face up. Like if you want a morph deck, she's still one of the best commanders for that.
That's cool.
But you gotta want to play that.
Right. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I did not enjoy that deck. That was one that I took apart. But because every single is so specific to that thing, you can't even use it.
Yeah. Let's use that as kind of a segue. And I am curious, in your, however many years, what is probably your favorite precon you've played with, and then what is your least favorite precon, or one you've hated? And if you need a moment to think, I can definitely start us with one that I really enjoyed playing.
I have some that I disliked, but go ahead.
Just like your least favorite and your most favorite.
Yeah.
Well, because we can go down the line. I will say that one of my favorites that I played, and after other people experienced it and me seeing it across the table, I realized why. Y'shtola has been one of my favorite precons that I played in some time. And although I didn't keep her together, that deck is super strong. And the effect is just really cool in that you can do exactly what I like, which is to battle cruise, and you're hurting the whole table while you do it. You don't have to swing. You just sit back and you play spells. People lose life. You gain life. You set up your fort, and that, I really enjoyed that precon. What about you? What is a precon you really enjoyed or really liked?
It's hard to say favorite. I would have to think back through all the years.
Just give me one of your top 3 then.
One of them that I really enjoyed, I've only played it a few times because I never actually owned it. It's a friend of mine's deck that I've played. It's the Frodo and Sam partner commander deck.
Okay.
That deck is super fun.
Okay.
It's got Sam creates food tokens and I think he makes them cheaper to sacrifice. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have Treebeard in that deck that whenever you gain life, you put them in 1/1 counters on something.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's just a good deck, I think. It's well built. It's not overly complex. Like you could hand it to a new player and
right. I mean, that's what they're there for, right?
Yeah. But one that I really dislike, in addition to Kadena.
Yeah, you mentioned that one.
Yeah. I dislike the Cloud deck.
Really?
Yeah.
The one that was being played against you tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
equipment deck, straightforward.
No. Yeah, and I think that
is there any particular reason?
The thing is that Wizards, when they build these decks, they want to give you a fun play experience out of the box.
Yeah.
But they also want you to customize and include pieces and basically upgrade it yourself, right? So the equipment deck out of the box seems like every time I've seen it played, you're not getting half the deck. You're either getting a ton of equipment or you're getting a ton of things that benefit equipment. Okay. But it's really hard to strike a balance and find both.
Yeah.
And
not a lot of card draw in that deck.
Yeah, and that part of that's it's a Naya problem. There's not a ton of card draw in Naya, but I don't. if I had to describe it in one word, it would be dry.
Okay, dry. Interesting.
It's just like every time I see somebody play it, they're like, "Oh man, if I could just get one equipment." They're like, they're thirsting for the thing that they need.
Yeah, I got you. I will say so. Mine is I've described one that I really enjoyed. My unliked or disliked is from the Doctor Who set. Some of those are really cool. However, there's the 10th Doctor and Rose Tyler. And it's
Ryan's deck.
Yeah.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah, timey-wimey is not my favorite.
Really?
I can get with the whole suspend stuff, and I just think it's just you got this exile pile, you got your hand, you got your creatures. And then just like things slowly coming off the suspend, or quickly if you've got the mana to time travel. It's just rebound is enough. Why have a whole nother avenue of just free spells rolling off the top?
I don't have any issues with it. I didn't buy it, but I've played against Ryan, dozens of times with it.
I don't think I've ever played Ryan playing it.
Yeah.
Has he modified it, or are you just the straight precon?
I'm pretty sure he's modified it.
Okay.
But here's a gripe that I have.
Okay.
Stop printing Teamer Dragons decks. They're so good.
Yeah.
Like Ureni, is it Myrel? Miram.
The copier?
Yeah, really any Dragons precon, it's like, okay, let me just put out a ton of massive flying bodies. Oh, and there's 10 unique new dragon cards in this deck that are also really good. Like,
it's just a gimmick that has worked so well in the past that it's easy to copy and paste and make money off of.
I get it. Like, especially to a new player, dragons are cool.
Let's play with dragons.
Whenever we play precons and somebody pulls out like the Ureni deck, I'm like, dude, I got Miss Bumbleflower over here. That deck, I don't like it.
You don't like Miss Bumbleflower?
No, I took that apart so fast.
That's funny. People have upgraded on Miss Bumbleflower a lot.
Yeah, I already have Xyrus that does a similar thing. But it's funny, it's right up my alley, but I just don't like the deck. Especially out of the box. I think it's terrible.
All right.
But that might be a
So we talked about our favorites. We talked about our least favorites. We talked about how long we keep them together. And we really haven't dug too much deep into the fun aspect that we were talking about.
I think that's because there's not any. Just kidding.
Just generally, if you're sitting down, and let's start with just a pot of 4 precons. If you say, they don't have to be the same, or they could be the same set, whichever's more enticing for you, I guess.
Yeah.
In a pot of 4, and we played it tonight to get a feel for it. We had 4 random precons from all over the place. Do you have fun in a pot of precons?
No. It's not a hard no. Like, yeah, there can be some games. Like, I prefer a game that has a finish, right? Like, the game, I kind of kept my eye on the clock when we were playing. It took 2 hours to finish that precon game.
Yeah.
And there were 5 board wipes. And, you had said, like, well, every deck should have 2 or 3 board wipes.
I agree.
And we just happened to get them.
We did.
And I get that, but also...
We all rolled through half our decks.
When you have 5 board wipes, and some of them were in subsequent turns, it's just like, oh my god, can we finish this game?
I mean, and 2 of them were literally the same board wipe. It was like 2 different Blasphemous Acts going off.
Yeah, but that's also like they print Blasphemous Act in every red deck.
Well, I mean, they should, right? It's a good red card.
Come up with something else.
Chain Reaction is the other red spell that board wipes that they commonly print.
But anyway, regardless of the type of board wipe that they're playing, there's not as much explosiveness in those decks.
Yeah.
So, the Elementals deck, which is
very
explosive, right?
Yeah.
After 3 board wipes, you're just kind of like, I guess I play my commander again, and then I will attempt to cast this one elemental. Oh, it's dead? Everything's dead? Okay. Well, all right. I literally read 2/3 of a manga while we were playing.
I think that there's merit to be said that not all pre-con pods are like that, but I think that you will commonly see with 4 pre-cons playing each other that either one player gets so far ahead no one can stop them with any answer, or people are just continuing to stop each other constantly as the game goes on. Because either your precon has no interaction or minimal interaction, or it has a decent amount and you're hitting it. There's not a lot of precons that egregiously draw cards like Xyrus or some of the built decks that we have.
Well, the thing about it is Anti-Ul has a ton of card draw, right? But when you look at the stats out of the box, it has 16 forms of single target removal. I think it had a few board wipes, but they were all on theme and doing something that the deck wanted to do. And I think precon should lean heavier into single target removal than board wipes, because they just don't have most of them don't have the ability to build back up quickly.
I think that you see a lot of one-sided board wipes in themey, Anti-Ul could run a destroy all non-whatever and be fine, right? I think that sometimes you see board wipes in those shapes. For instance, Dragon decks, we were just talking about, run Crux of the Shitstorm, which is destroy all non-dragons or destroy
Crux of Fate.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Basically, destroy all non-dragons or destroy all dragons. Titus, another precon from Final Fantasy, destroy all creatures with no counters on them.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of precons that run, I'm going to board wipe you without board wiping my shit. And
that is good.
Those are pretty standard
we need
for
more
precons.
Of that and less of destroy everything.
Now the reason that the Panlaza decks has a Blasphemous Act is because half his creatures have enrage. So deal damage to my creatures, something happens. So you want to be having that board wipe.
Yeah. Real quick.
Go ahead with your tangent.
Before we move on.
Yeah.
Crux of Fate is good. You should be running it in non-dragon decks.
Just a good board wipe.
Because if you choose non-dragon and there are no dragon decks at the pod, you're going to kill almost everything, like a flat board wipe. If there's a dragon deck at the table
that's popping off,
and it's popping off, one player board wipe and you're good.
That's kind of interesting.
I love Crux of Fate. It is not run enough.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, there might be a random dragon here or there.
Yeah,
because they're just good creatures. But I run Crux of Fate in basically every black deck.
Interesting.
Yeah, but sorry, that's just something.
That's a weird take, but I like it.
What's the downside?
What's the downside?
Yeah.
I mean, there are 4 mana board wipes that are black. Damn.
Yeah, but the cost isn't super prohibitive, And
5 versus 4 sounds better to me.
And if you're in the dragon deck and you run Crux of Fate, you're good.
If you're not a dragon deck, I run that.
Yeah, 100%. If you're not in the dragon deck and you want to kill dragons, you're good. If you kill one dragon, you are a positive mana interaction because dragons are 6+ mana.
That's true.
So
dragons are expensive.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if
hear from us first, folks. Dragons are expensive.
If you Crux of Fate a dragon player and you're not in a dragon deck, they will lose their minds.
Oh man!
Why are you running that for this?
Yeah. This exact moment in time. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a board wipe.
It's cheap. It's under $1.
That's funny.
Yeah. Pick it up.
I think also a deck running any sort of changeling or shapeshifter or Maxwood Nexus or all my creatures are all creature types.
Well, yeah, with Lorwyn that's even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lorwyn has a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
But
don't give players who theoretically should have poor threat assessment a nuke, right? Give them a gun and be take out one thing, dude. But
that's kind of an interesting take too, I guess. I could see where that would. apply, right? Because then a new player is just technically just slowing down the game. They don't know. They're just saving themselves maybe a turn. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I think that I think that decks precons should have board wipes that don't board wipe themselves. They should have one side like fucking Plague Wind, all the destroy all other, right? Mm-hmm. And
well, like the anti-Ul one has Black Sun Zenith. That is a perfect board wipe for that deck. -1/-1 counters, or X -1/-1 counters on every creature.
Yeah.
Because anti-Ul benefits when that stuff happens.
So even though
you.
she's dying, you're probably benefiting.
Yeah, and it's just like have board wipes that synergize with the deck.
Yeah.
And either give you advantage or they are asymmetrical.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
No more Blasphemous Act.
Now, I think there's something to be said for your Voltron or your equipment-heavy decks like Cloud playing a board wipe or two because they're going to get behind on board, where the board wipes won't remove their equipments, but fine, they removed Cloud. He has haste. You can come back in and attach an equipment. That one kind of makes sense to me that you'd have a universal board wipe. Because I know I saw him play Austere Command, which, again, is a good board wipe for a deck that has a hasty commander and mostly equipment. You destroy all creatures with power whatever or less, and then or whatever or greater, and Cloud can be excluded from that, and you can hit like enchantments or something.
Yeah. I mean, even then, it's like you're playing, in that example you just gave, you're playing a board wipe that is built around the commander.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That one may seem more general, but it actually applies to your commander better than most.
Yeah, but, this is a pre-constructed deck, so when we're looking at it sealed, the only people that have influence over it is wizards.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, my deck building philosophy tells me to go for the win more than trying to stop my opponents. So rather than building a deck that can clear the board over and over or runs an insane amount of single target removal, because I've seen people with like 30, I'm not exaggerating, 30 pieces of single target removal, I want to play more cards that lead me to winning a game or closing a game out. And yes, sometimes I fall behind and I'm just stuck behind. But also, like, there's so many times where you'll draw a board wipe and it's not good right now.
Yeah.
Or the only time that it's actually good is when another player is board wiped and then a couple people have rebuilt and you're like, well, I'm just going to board wipe again. Mm-hmm. That happened today.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think there's the time and place for them, and I think that there are some you should run in your decks. But as far as precon goes, I think they need to be on theme or not hurt you in the process. I think so. Going back to the original question of like, did you have fun in that pod? What is your conclusion on that? Because we kind of went on a rant there.
The first 5 turns I did when I was trying to figure out my deck, and then it was like, okay, we're getting into the grind part of the game, and that just went way too long for me. I was disinterested. It took 2 hours, which I would like a game to take half that long, ideally. Yeah, an hour and a half maybe if it's a good game.
Here's my take on that. So my take on Precon Commander, especially if there's a 4-pot at the table.
Yeah.
Turns 1 through 6, nobody's really doing shit. We maybe built up with our commanders. Nobody's like, we're ramping, we're establishing board states. Oftentimes you'll see newer players with precons, or even established players with precons, literally not swinging. Just here's my static board line. You can't cross it.
Yeah.
And then turns 7 through 12, if you're having that many, is did we board wipe? Yeah. Did someone win the game? Okay. And then like how crazy is the board state right now? And I think I don't have enjoyment 1 through 6. That's just we're playing. I'm playing a land. I'm playing an arcane signet or a ramp spell. And like we saw from Caleb's Pantlaza deck, he spent like 4 turns and he put like 200 lands on the battlefield. Not 200, but more like 10 lands on the battlefield. Yeah. And then turns 7 through 12, he just, every dinosaur in his hand pooped out, and Pantlaza discovered half his deck. And that is where I have a lot of fun. And I think, like you said, if the game goes past that turn 10, turn 11, turn 12, then it starts to become a grind. And I could feel that. I definitely like the 3rd or 4th board wipe is like, all right, we should probably end the game.
Yeah.
There's some part of me, though, that as we're doing that, I'm like, all right, let's turn up the heat. Let's just fucking go. I'm the kind of guy that sees that turn 12 board wipe, and I'm like, all right, Shahrazad, let's go. Let me get that turn 24 out of this game.
Thank God
because,
it's banned.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna find a way to play it. Yeah, so, we're gonna have an unbanned commander list night.
So here's where like the deck building philosophy comes in, and.
But all that to say, before you continue, I do have fun with all precon decks. Yeah. I even have fun if it's just a precon versus some bracket 2s or bracket 1s or whatever. But I can understand where other players would not.
Yeah. I would rather play bracket 2 than straight precons. Like I would rather play low powered custom built decks. Than pre-constructed.
It's cooler to see what people put together than to play what Wizards.
Yes, and they have a better plan and like a less limited budget.
I don't know who you're playing with. Guys I play with, they have no plan at all, and they're just putting cards on the table.
Yeah. So this is where like deck building philosophy comes in.
Yeah.
So
what's that?
How you build a deck.
Yeah. I was sarcastic.
So I think we, as Commander players, are thinking old school about a lot of things. Like we want to cast big spells, right? But in most cases, it's better to cast 2 3-drops than 1 6-drop. And the reason why it would be better to have those in your deck is because if you get the right cards, they're good early game, they're good late game. Take Risen Reef, for example, in the Elementals deck. It's good early game because you can get Ramp out, but it's also good late game because you can explode with it with Ashling out, you know? And you can combo, you can combo it. Like if you play...
Avengers End card.
Yeah, well, like, you don't even need a big spell. Like if you play Risen Reef and then you evoke a Mole Drifter, that's 6 mana, right? But you're getting a ton of card draw if you have Ashling out. You know, you're getting a ton of card draw. You're getting a ton of things on the board, and you can just keep going. Like, I think that eventually Commander is going to go the way of other formats where it's low mana is the priority. Every other format that is out there is how do I do the most as cheap as possible.
Right?
Yeah, but if you look at the average deck over the past 10 years, they went from, hey, my default spell that I'm going to play is 5 mana, and I have like 7, 8 mana spells, to, hey, my default spell is 3 mana, I have 5 or 6 mana spells. You know, like how many 9-drops are you running now? Because back in the day, we were running a lot.
Yeah.
You know? It's a different game, and my prediction is that it's going to continue to get faster because those, number one, Wizards...
power creep, right?
Yeah, Wizards is power creeping. But number 2, I think that those are just the decks that win more in general, the more spells you cast.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, the combo is Demonic Consultation, Thassa's Oracle, right? 4 mana, 2 spells.
Yeah.
Can't wait till that goes away.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
But yeah, if you're playing 2 drops versus, a 4-drop, you're probably doing pretty good.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there will always be big spells that we work in, and like the Rowan deck, I run 8 mana spells in that deck because she has a way to get around it. So your commander can always change things.
Yeah.
But in general, I think that the anti-Ool deck plays pretty low to the ground. The elemental deck, not so much, but that's because she has a way to cheat the mana cost.
The average CMC doesn't fucking matter if everything's evoking for 4.
I mean, you're playing a ton of 7-8 mana elementals for 4 mana, and you're getting double ETBs.
Absolutely.
You know, like...
Or death triggers or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. It's still cheap, right? It's still low to the ground. I think you made some good points. So like, now we've discussed, right? Do we have fun with them? I think we both made some points there. I say I tend to have fun with them but I also tend to be more battle cruiser jank, where you appreciate the high bracket 3s. Yeah. And
also I do have fun with these new decks. I keep them unmodified for a few games. The more I like a deck, the longer it'll stay unmodified. Yeah. The Miss Bumbleflower deck, 2 games, and I took it apart completely. You know, it depends on the deck, but...
You know what I think would be a neat takeaway for this is if you or I could look at a new set, and I know you don't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but like...
I love TMNT, I just don't want it in Magic.
Sure, yeah. If you could look at a new set, Lorwyn, for instance, or Strixhaven, if you're going to skip TMNT, and you were given the power to make a precon. So Wizards comes to Dustin. They say, hey, we want this precon to be, one, we're going to sell, these are going to be on the shelves for $49.99 or whatever they price them at, $69.99, I don't remember. Yeah. And then we want there to be, we're going to put some reprints, and we want it to be at decent power level but not broken. We want you to make this precon. How would you take that, and then what does that precon look like?
I would say no, first of all. Yeah.
Well, just denying Wizards out the gate there.
No, I
don't understand. Why would you say no to Wizards if they came to Dustin specifically?
Just because I have gripes and qualms about the product does not
Precons?
mean... Well, yeah. I just said, I don't particularly enjoy all of them, and they have limited...
Yeah, but I'm talking about they come to you and ask you to make one.
But just because I don't, I have issues with things that they do, does not mean that I think they do a bad job. I think Wizards especially the Wizards designers, have such a hard job. Designing balanced cards, new cards, set after set after set, and then putting them in a deck that you can just literally hand to somebody and say, go play this, and then we're going to balance it against 3 other decks, and that's going to be awesome.
It's definitely a hard thing to do, isn't it?
It's very hard.
Can you imagine taking brand new cards, mixing them with old cards, putting in a land base, and being able to balance that with at least 2 other or 3 other decks?
Here's the thing. I think I could build a deck that I have fun with.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could build a deck that everybody in the LGS has fun with.
I think that they kind of, the reason they do 2 or 3 or 4 is that they kind of tailor one to a specific type of player, and then they target some other ones. I don't think every deck is meant for every player to have fun with it.
It's not, but you need decks that are going to appeal to a big enough audience to actually sell. Have you seen the spoilers for the Marvel
I've seen a few of them.
Commanders?
No, not the Commanders.
Okay. They look like hot garbage to me.
Really?
Yeah, just from a mechanics design. It's like heroes and villains based. T'Challa's T'Challa's like a 1/1 counters guy. I am not...
Counters is honestly a typical precon thing.
Yeah, but...
look at Titus, right? That's a recent one.
Yeah, but he's green-white.
Green-white-blue. He's Bant.
He has Vibranium, but I don't think Vibranium has Indestructible or anything. It just seems weird and off. And even if I was into Marvel, I don't think that I would be into these decks.
We've got Doom Prevails, which looks like it's previewing Doom and then Loki standing behind him, and it's Grixis. We've got Fantastic Four, which is red.
Do you want to read what Doom Prevails does?
Yeah, let me find it, I suppose. I was just looking at the names themselves. Let's see if I can find them. You have to give me a second.
It's okay. Anyway, it's like it was like heroes and villains were the themes of the precon. I am not interested in heroes and villains at all. Like the Spider-Man set, that seemed like a dud to me. Not Spider-Man, but
we got Dr. Doom here.
Yeah.
Whenever you discard one or more land cards, each opponent loses 2 life.
Yep.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, target villain you control gains menace until end of turn. It connives. So connive being draw a card and discard a card. If you discard a non-land, it gets a counter. He's a 3/3 and he costs 4. So he is kind of his own engine, right? If you're discarding a land card, each opponent loses 2 life. If you're not discarding a land card, you get the connive trigger.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's vanilla to me.
Okay.
It seems like it's all right. Yeah. I struggle to see where it will go from there. Like, you're gonna do wheels probably because that's how you get the most triggers.
You get a lot of land discarding. Each opponent loses 2 life. You could do wheels. Yeah, that would be one way to do it.
I mean, but like, what are the other ways? Like, what are you doing?
I mean, connive, right? Giving a villain menace and conniving. Like what? I guess that doesn't do all that much.
Yeah.
And then we got T'Challa, which you mentioned. A 3-drop. He's green-white. Whenever he enters or attacks create a vibranium token, which is an artifact. It's indestructible and taps for a colorless, and it can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. So it's a power stone. It's a power stone. When you cast, and then his second ability is whenever you cast an artifact spell with a mana value 4 or greater, you put 2 counters on T'Challa. He's a 2/2 for 3. He's just base.
So he's a green-white 1/1 counters artifacts over 4 mana value commander.
That's honestly a weird archetype.
It's weird.
Yeah. Where is that coming from? Because white's like tokens, green's like ramp. Where's this shit?
Yeah, but also like mana value 4 or greater off that. Like I get the vibranium is producing mana, so you should be able to cast more. But I just don't see any lines there that are immediately like, oh, I want to spiral off and do this.
That definitely doesn't give me any sort of like direction. Then we got Captain America Team Leader. This is red, white, blue, and he is a 3/3, and he says whenever another hero you control enters, it gains vigilance and haste until end of turn, and then put a 1/1 counter on that hero and a 1/1 counter on Captain America. So he's giving heroes haste and vigilance. That's not bad.
No, but it's just hero tribal. Like, it is benefiting heroes. You're putting out 1/1 counters, so you could do that, but it's not breaking any new ground. And do we have enough heroes? You know, how
I imagine we will with this set.
Yeah, but how fleshed out is it going to be? Is it going to be like Energy, where we did have a couple sets based around it, but we really don't have enough for like a ton of unique commanders? Or, you know, I don't know. I just think that like none of these are like, when I look at them, hey, I want to build that.
I kind of see what you mean. They don't stand out to me. They're not doing anything crazy unique. It doesn't feel like counters is a played out mechanic. This whole discard thing is probably the most unique of all of them.
Probably.
The discard lands or connive. The hero thing is like just a fucking Norman Osborn.
Caleb's holding up Norman Osborn, Green Goblin.
I mean, that wasn't a precon, was it?
No, there was no precon for Spider-Man, but this is like 2D Tech is as close as I think as I can get to a precon.
Yeah, maybe. But my point is like there's no counters is played out and so is like archetypes, especially in lore. We're just seeing a bunch of this creature type does X and change. Also, as you said with hero support, we have a whole shit ton of changelings that are heroes.
Yeah, that's fair, but
there's a lot of source for hero support, I guess, in that way.
Yeah.
There's honestly a lot of support for every creature type at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be skipping this set anyway because Universes Beyond
Marvel.
But like it just doesn't.
So you're skipping Ninja Turtles. You're skipping Marvel.
Okay, I might pick up some Ninja Turtles singles.
Okay.
But I've heard better things about Ninja Turtles. I've listened to a couple podcasts about the spoilers that came out.
Get yourself that Dark Ritual. Shredder.
Yeah. I already got Dark Rituals. We talked about that
I saw
today.
that, yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think that Ninja Turtles at least has some cards that are interesting.
Oh, they have some unique stuff in this set.
Yeah. But I'm going to be skipping sealed product. I don't like to support Universes Beyond sealed product if I can help it.
I sure do. Give me that shit.
You're working.
I've bought every secret layer for like the past 6 now.
Yeah.
On those drops.
Yeah. But like it's just just a prediction. And maybe Spider-Man spoiled it for me, but I don't foresee any creatures or mechanics that are gonna jump out to me. Like people are losing their mind over Hulk, the 8-drop that when he comes down you can basically get infinite combats. It's not that cool to me. Like it's all right.
The new Jumbo Cactar of hype.
Yeah, kind of. Like Bruce Banner is a 1-drop, and like he's got ways to flip into Hulk and stuff. But like, I don't know, man. It's just not doing anything for me.
I love to see that IP on the cards. I'm excited for that part of it. And I've seen some cool stuff in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I'm excited for, like the sneak mechanic and all the ninja support that's coming out.
I like I don't know if it's Super Shredder or Shark Shredder, but there's a black Shredder that when he attacks, he returns something from the graveyard attacking. Sure. And it's mono black, and like that's cool. That like mono black combat matters. Like I think it's very that at least got my brain spinning a bit. And that's really one of the things I look for in my commanders is I want something that is gonna get the wheels turning, but it's not like...
You're talking about Shark Shredder?
Yeah, Shark Shredder.
Okay. So you can sneak him for 5, and I'm not sure... anyways, and so sneak is kind of like ninjutsu, but whenever he deals combat damage to a player, put up to 1 target creature card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It enters tapped and attacking, and he has first strike, so he'll... they'll get that damage from that creature.
So he is a combat matters, your opponent's graveyard matters commander.
It's almost like a reverse Kali of the Bast in the mono black. Instead of you putting your demon from your hand on the battlefield, you're putting their stuff from their graveyard on the battlefield.
I think there's probably a better comparison. I don't know what it is,
whatever.
But like.
Olivia Voldar.
If you're in mono black and you're milling your opponents out, but you have like a combat spin on it where it's like I want to deal damage to you while I'm doing this, I just think that's like it's cool.
That'd be kind of a niche way to like you need to mill them to get creature or single target removal their creatures to have stuff in the graveyard for you than target.
Yeah, and there's like you could look at different payoffs. Like, do I make the creatures bigger?
Yeah.
Do I try and hit as many creatures as possible by multiplying triggers?
Yeah.
Like, there's avenues there.
Right.
I don't know what the heck T'Challa wants me to do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And play mana value 4 or greater artifacts.
Yeah. That also care about 1/1 counters.
Yeah, not sure.
I'm going to play the Ozlith. Oh, wait, it's too good.
I need to power this down.
Yeah. Can you name one 4-mana artifact that cares about 1/1 counters?
Ooh.
4 mana or greater.
1/1.
Just think for a second.
Counters? Not.
1/1 counters, no, but counters on it, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's the One Ring, right? But it doesn't. It cares about burden counters.
Yeah, but I guess if you're proliferating, you could get some synergy. Like
I suppose. Man,
Yeah.
Solemn, I guess. Sad Robot.
what does he do with counters though?
Not much with counters.
Yeah, and he's not going to benefit from 1/1 counters because he sacrificed.
Yeah. You don't want him to stay on the board too long. Yeah, I don't. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing
Yeah.
comes to mind.
And yeah, they might put something cool in
I'm sure
that
they
deck.
will. Yeah.
But they only do like 10 new cards per deck, you know?
I don't know.
Oh, scrolling crawler. Not the scrolling crawler, the other one. The one where you can remove a 1/1 counter for mana.
Oh, I mean, there's. They're not 4 more. I was gonna say Walking Ballista and the other one.
Yeah.
Market,
Hangerback Walker.
Hangerback Waller. Yeah, but they're not technically 4 mana. So.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, maybe I'm missing something,
Yeah.
but I want a commander that is good, but not generically good.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
to
yeah.
a different
Etched Oracle, Sunburst, remove 4 counters from this creature. Target player draws 4 cards. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, it does work
But
with
Sunburst with only 2 colors in your deck is not that great.
It doesn't help.
What we got here? Darksteel Reactor. Those are charge counters, though. That's not.
Darksteel Reactor is 4 mana, artifact, indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a charge counter on this artifact. When this artifact has 20 or more charge counters in it, you win the game. So yeah, if you're running a proliferate deck, like that could be good.
But like the individual +1/+1 counters don't fucking matter for that.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck, dude. Look at this little guy.
What we got? Lux Artillery. Whenever you cast an artifact creature, it gains Sunburst. Okay, cool. Beginning of your step. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 30 more counters among artifacts and creatures you control, this artifact deals 10 damage. I can see this would be a decent
that could
payout.
be good. Yeah,
Yeah, that's decent.
it's so there are cards for it, but I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't spark.
Spark joy. Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't spark joy.
It would be cooler if T'Challa had more colors and revolved around like the Sunburst mechanic.
Yeah,
We haven't seen that in forever.
yeah. I mean, like,
I'm really just gonna do that.
I don't know why.
Really
I don't
gonna
know.
do that to edged attorneys like that.
What? They had Sunburst in there?
That's where this is going from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is 3-color Sunburst is okay, but 4 and 5-color Sunburst is where it's
Yeah.
at.
I don't know why. I feel like Wakanda should have been like Bant or something.
One more
Like,
color. One more color
Yeah,
would have been
but
great.
like Bant because there's science, or maybe like Red because Naya has like the jungle vibes, but I don't know.
Definitely not black.
Yeah, not black. Yeah. Although Killmonger could be a cool
he could've
mono
been-
black commander or black red.
Yeah, he could have
Yeah.
been very.
I bet
killer.
he's in the set.
I hope he is.
Yeah.
Killmonger's cool.
Yeah, Killmonger is one of my favorite Marvel characters.
And I'm excited.
again-
I'm excited for all my Marvel characters to be on cards so that I can put them at the side of my MCP table when I play them.
I may pick up some singles from this set. I could be wrong and just being a negative Nancy.
You always are.
I am, yeah. But I'm usually right.
I'd say about 50% of the time.
60, 40.
52 at least.
52.
At most, I should say.
Speaking of 52,
Yeah.
how many minutes are we?
Oh, we're good. We're good. We can conclude if you'd like. We're an hour in.
We usually do one wrap-up question, so let me...
Yeah, let's go. What do we got?
Let me...
I felt like I did a good one with the whole would you make a precon?
That's it, yeah. What would you do if
Wizards was like, hey, can you make a precon for us with a new set? I'm all on it. Give me let me know what those new cards is, what you want the power level to be of this deck, and I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
The fun is the hardest part, like you said, would be building my deck and then trying to tune it to the other decks in that pod. And I think that we talked on some of the interaction with you should have one-sided board wipes in your thing.
If I had the team behind me and I didn't have to I think making the new cards would be...
Oh no, they don't do that. No,
Okay.
I don't think so. There's definitely a team that makes the precon, and there's a team that makes the new cards for the set.
Yeah.
I think that the teams that like design these precons and put them together, between a mixture of the reprints and stuff and a mixture of the new cards that they're told to include, I don't think that they force new cards to be made. I don't think you're coming up with new cards when you're making a commander deck.
I'm pretty sure that's what they do.
Really?
Yeah, I listened to a podcast with Gavin Verhey the other day, and he was put in charge of a commander set, and I think he talked about creating new cards. But like somebody's got to design them, and the people that design them are probably not handed a list of cards that are like, here's 10 cards, make a deck that fits around that.
So not only so then they have to. Well, then really what you have to do at that point is not start with building the deck, rather start with the 10. Design the commander, and then design 10 cards that will be like centered around that commander's
or
theme.
the sub commander,
or the sub whatever. But like make it themey there, and then just start finding cards from either in that set or reprints, and then.
Do I think I could build a deck that is fun that Wizards could package and send out? Yes, but I don't know. I think that my tastes and where precons are just don't align super well. So
okay,
yeah.
But precons are no longer limited to the bowels of bracket 2.
Yeah,
you can make your bracket 3, as we see with what I would call Ashling and Antiul, maybe low to mid tier bracket 2, bracket 3s.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine that they can do that. Hell, I think they could make a bracket 4 precon and not be fucking flying off the.
I guess that depends on the monetary value, because a lot of game changers have a hefty price tag.
Yeah, but they just made Farewell a game changer.
Yeah, but that's
and crop rotation is a game changer.
Okay.
There's 2 game changers right there under $10 together.
All right, man. If you wanna jam all the worst game changers, because both of those that you listed
they're not the best.
They're in talks for being like, why is this a game?
They're not the best.
Yeah.
Now that said, I am referring to being a bracket 4 by speed, like we talked about.
Gotcha.
I'm not referring to does this have 3 great game changers in it. Also, you could make a precon with land destruction, and then you're bracket 4. They haven't done that in a long time. What? They've done land destruction in a precon?
Edge of Eternity said it's 2 cards.
Focused on land destruction, or just consequently?
Consequently, when you go to sack lands...
It doesn't count. Doesn't count. I'm talking about...
Turns out a 2-card combo for mass land destruction existed.
I'm talking about put that Armageddon in that deck. Let me see a precon with Armageddon and Wildfire in it.
Not Wildfire. But
or Obliterate or some shit.
Yeah.
You want to talk about resetting the game as a new player? Land destruction. That's when they won't be having fun. You need to... That's a bracket 4
If we're
precon.
4 board wipes in and you destroy my lands, I'm punching you right in the mouth.
All right. I accept that, and I'll punch back. All right. I think we covered it. Precons are indeed fun.
And that's where we disagree. All right, Devin, I'd like to say this has been a productive conversation, but it has not.
Yeah.
If you listen to the end, why? And thank you as well. But Devin, to a much, much lesser extent, Caleb, thank you for being my magical friend.
Back at you, buddy.